What's up, YouTube? It's Joel. We've got your fourth stimulus check update. Biden's new comments are good and have put the bipartisan bill back on track, sorta. So we are going to get into the new details on the infrastructure bipartisan package. Bernie Sanders is dead set on a reconciliation bill, and he's not the only one. And with this reconciliation bill, there is a fourth stimulus check that is just around the corner. And now we got Mitch McConnell, who is on board for getting the Democratic leaders to follow Biden's plan, which is very interesting. And now we have more info on why Bernie wants the reconciliation bill to get passed, and it has a lot to do with expanding and reforming Medicare and Social Security for all recipients through the Supplemental Security Income Restoration Act. This is your stimulus and economic news update, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I just want to say to everyone, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We are so close to hitting 50,000 subscribers. We're so close. So once we hit 50,000 subs, I'm going to give away another $500 on this channel to someone. In order to qualify for this, all you have to do is these three simple things. Number one, like this video. Number two, subscribe to the channel. And number three, comment on this video on the topics we talk about. We're so excited about what's going on with True Life Investing, and we're excited to have everybody a part of this journey with us. I mean, I remember when we had 10 subscribers, and now we're so close to 50,000, and it's all because of you. But please, if anyone asks you for personal info or to contact them on WhatsApp, it's not me, it's fake, so please don't do it. So a lot of stuff happened this past weekend, and it's big news. The president came back and reassured the bipartisan group that he is, in fact, on board with the deal that he just agreed to, and that it is separate from the other bills that they are trying to get passed, like the American Families Bill and the Reconciliation Bill. And we've got moderate Republicans who said they have been reassured that President Biden would not hold it hostage while Democrats simultaneously work on a larger partisan economic package. So there has been two stimulus packages that Democrats have been working on, the infrastructure and the American Families Plan. These two stimulus packages cost trillions and trillions of dollars. But the bipartisan bill just came into the mix because they believe that Biden's infrastructure package, $2.3 trillion infrastructure package, is way too large, and they felt like it wasn't targeted enough. And now that the bipartisan group has the okay for getting this bill passed, and the president has given the okay of getting this bill passed, that doesn't mean that it has the okay from the rest of the Democrats or Republicans. So, as far as the Democrats are concerned, the only real option moving forward is the reconciliation bill, because they can have their cake and eat it too. Meaning, they can get everything that they want, $6 trillion worth of stuff passed without having to compromise with the Republicans and lower their expectations of what's going to be in the bill. But there are some top Democrats that aren't having it big time. For one, it's Bernie Sanders. Senator Bernie Sanders said he's warning President Biden and Senator Joe Manchin that he will not support a bipartisan infrastructure bill that does not include a provision for reconciliation. They want these to be in tandem. They want them to be tied together, so that way they get the reconciliation bill tied with the bipartisan bill to get everything done as much as possible. Bernie Sanders said in a tweet, "Let me be clear. There will not be a bipartisan infrastructure deal without a reconciliation bill that substantially improves the lives of working families and combats the existential threat of climate change. No reconciliation bill, no deal. We need transformative change now." All caps. Sanders is saying this because this guy has a lot on his list that he wants to get done through the reconciliation process. He's been in Congress for a while, and this is finally his turn to get a lot of things done that he's been wanting to in terms of society, in terms of families, in terms of climate, in terms of the economy, especially when it comes to Social Security, helping out our seniors, which we'll get to in a moment. We even had Senator Mitt Romney that chimed in and said, "I recognize that he and his Democratic colleagues want more than that. They want other legislation as well. And we Republicans are saying absolutely no. We will not support a bill which is to be passed with massive tax increase and at the same time trillions of dollars in new spending. That is not something we will support. This is a guy that's part of that bipartisan bill. So we have a lot of things being said in Congress of we'll do the bipartisan bill, but we won't do the American Families bill, but we don't want the reconciliation bill coming from the Republicans. So again, this takes us back to where? The leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer, because this is the guy that's making the reconciliation bill possible because he's the one that can bring it to the floor and get the process going. And he is set to push forward the reconciliation bill to get the American Families Plan passed, as well as anything that they wanted that is not in the bipartisan bill. Chuck Schumer told reporters one can't be done without the other. We can't get the bipartisan bill done unless we're sure of getting the budget reconciliation bill done. We can't get the budget reconciliation bill done unless we're sure to get the bipartisan bill done. And I think our members across the spectrum realize that. So Schumer spoke with the reporters and he stressed that he wanted to take up a bipartisan deal and advance reconciliation in the month of July. Both tracks, the bipartisan track and the budget reconciliation track, are proceeding together at the same pace because they want them both to get done and they wanted to get voted on in July. And then we've got the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who she said, and let me just say, she's a little bit more clear. Let me be really clear on this. We will not take up a bill in the House until the Senate passes the bipartisan bill and a reconciliation bill. If there is no bipartisan bill, then we'll just go with the Senate passes a reconciliation bill. So she's a little bit more on the other side rather than Chuck Schumer, who's saying they need to be both passed. She's just saying let's go with the reconciliation bill, and that's that. So both leaders of the House and the Senate are on board for the reconciliation package. They have just enough votes and can get a lot more stuff done that would make a bigger impact on the country. And then this leads us to Bernie Sanders' big Social Security changes that he wants to make through the American Families Plan and through his Restoration Act. These are the key points that Sanders put in his Restoration Act that he's pushing for to get done through the American Families Plan. Number one, he wants to raise the SSI's sub-poverty level monthly benefits because currently, right now, they're only at $794 per month. And he wants to raise those to 100% of the federal poverty level. That would be a 31% increase, and then he wants to index them through inflation. Then he wants to update and index the assets that individuals or couples may have up to $10,000 and $20,000 respectively. The current limit right now is, I can't even believe I'm saying this, $2,000 for an individual and $3,000 for a couple, which hasn't been updated since 1989. Talk about an old law. Then he wants to update and index the SSI's income rules, which have never been updated since the program was signed into law in 1972. Then he wants to eliminate the marriage penalty and increase the benefit for married couples to double the individual rate to put marriage equality within reach for SSI beneficiaries. And lastly, he wants to eliminate benefit reductions that penalize beneficiaries who receive any kind of help from friends or family, such as groceries or a place to stay. So all this on top of getting everyone an extra $200 to all Social Security beneficiaries. And that's actually coming from the leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer. So like I've been saying, there's a lot of things that are going to be coming through the American Families Plan, and that's why they want to push it through the budget reconciliation, because the Republicans say they don't support it one bit. And as you can see here, this is big reform for the Social Security program. All this is expected to be in that reconciliation bill and to be hitting the floors in Congress in July. Along with that, it's Bernie Sanders that is at the top of the list to add a fourth stimulus check payment to be sent out to all Americans. If there's anything that they've done right, and I think you can agree with me, it's getting Americans immediate relief through these stimulus checks. Over 100 lawmakers have already said that they are on board for a fourth stimulus check to be sent out, and the amount that we're looking at is $2,000 for adults, $1,000 for children. But this is looking better and better because the Democrats are pushing for the reconciliation bill, and it's not even a question of whether they're going to do it or not. And because of that, they can add the stimulus checks exactly like they did last time in the American Rescue Plan that was passed earlier this year. So regardless if they get the bipartisan bill or not, we know that the Democrats will use the reconciliation process to get trillions and trillions of stimulus to get things done. So I want to know, where do you stand? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments on these new changes and these huge bills and the trillions of dollars that are about to be spent. How do you feel about all of this? But for those true life investors out there, we're not waiting on stimulus to start building our wealth. Things won't change if you keep doing the same thing. If you don't save money and if you don't invest, how do you expect to get into financial freedom or to build wealth? But if you start making some positive changes in your life, then you can start winning with your finances. You're talking about somebody who came from nothing, and literally over time of saving and learning about the stock market and learning about investing, I've gotten to a point now where I have reached financial freedom for me and my family. And it takes time, it takes consistency. But even if you got to start with $5, $10, or $20 a week, it's time that you start investing and having your money work and grow for you. That's how you build wealth, is that your money is working for you and you're not just always working for your money. And why not start off with some free stocks? I've got these two platforms that I always tell you about on this channel. Why? Because that's where that's easy. They don't charge you any fees and you can start investing and building wealth. With Webull, you can get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850, and then you can also sign up with Robinhood and get 2 free stocks with them worth up to $500. But this is free money, because if I were you, I would take those stocks, I would sell them, and then I'd put it in the S&P 500, and I'd just let that sucker grow. Those links are down in the description, but like I said, I personally invest in the S&P 500 and I've made quite a bit of money, and you can see from this chart that it's on an upward trend ever since its beginning. So this would be good for you. It's doing really good for me. I just want you to win with your finances. Right now, 75% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and I can't stand that, because it wasn't until I was like 25 that I learned about investing, and I hate that for our people. I hate that for the American people. I hate that for our country. Why is it that we didn't learn about this earlier? But now is the time that, even if you're older, to start investing and growing your money. So don't forget, those links are down in the description. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section and I'll answer them. But don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus and economic news that affects you, and learn how to build some wealth. This is Joel with True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.